Did you know that Democrats once aimed to spend a staggering $10 trillion on social programs? Sounds unbelievable, right? But according to former Representatives Cori Bush and Jamaal Bowman, that was the original goal behind President Joe Biden's ambitious Build Back Better Act. What happened next? Well, the dream quickly shrank and eventually collapsed altogether. On March 14, during their Bowman and Bush podcast, the two ex-lawmakers reflected on the rollercoaster ride of the Build Back Better negotiations. "We were at 10 trillion, and then it went down to 6, and down to 3, and down to 1.7, I believe," Bush revealed. It was a dramatic fall from their bold ambitions. The Build Back Better Act was meant to transform the nation. It promised investments in universal childcare, an expanded child tax credit, climate initiatives, and affordable housing. Progressive Democrats, including Bush and Bowman, believed these programs were essential. But their push for massive spending clashed with the more cautious approach of moderate Democrats. And guess who won that battle? For months, Bush and Bowman held out, refusing to vote for Biden's infrastructure bill unless Build Back Better was passed alongside it. They wanted a package deal, no exceptions. But the pressure was intense. According to Bush, even President Biden personally called members of the Progressive Caucus, pleading with them to back the infrastructure bill. Bush stood firm. "Mr. President, I am a no," she reportedly told him. And she meant it. Despite their resistance, the infrastructure bill passed on its own in November 2021. Meanwhile, Build Back Better was left in the dust. The final blow came from centrist Senator Joe Manchin, who opposed the nearly $2 trillion plan. Without his support, the bill was doomed. The consequences for Bush and Bowman were brutal. Both lost their Democratic primaries in 2024 to more moderate challengers. For Bowman, the defeat came after a storm of controversies. He faced backlash for his harsh criticism of Israel, including a comment suggesting there was no evidence Hamas committed sexual violence during the October 7 attacks. Although he later walked back that statement, the damage was done. His district, which covers parts of Westchester, New York, moved on without him. Bush's story is no less dramatic. She blamed her loss on the American-Israeli activist group AIPAC, accusing them of radicalizing the political landscape. During her fiery concession speech, she did not hold back. And as if the political turmoil was not enough, her husband recently faced federal charges for allegedly defrauding the government out of $20,000 in pandemic relief funds. Talk about a tough year. In the end, the progressive push for a $10 trillion social revolution fell apart piece by piece. And the fallout? It reshaped the Democratic Party, leaving Bush and Bowman on the outside looking in. But one thing is clear, they are not going quietly. If their recent remarks are any indication, they still have a lot to say. The question is, who is still listening?